Hey everybody, Jay and Ashley, what's up?
Jay and Ashley Nelson here with Jashleys, Married to a Realtor podcast. We are a married couple, both in real estate, but some couples we're going to have on here as guests are married to a realtor or they're both realtors.
Yep.
We are crazy in love and we love working.
I don't know why she loves me, but thank you, baby. Thank you.
But we know that there are some challenges with being in real estate and sometimes with couples in real estate. So we want to be here to be able to help make it the best possible. And today we're going to have an amazing couple from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Well, let me first of all say this couple, they are just so much fun and they become some of our best friends in the world. Phil Rice, Melissa Orange, icon agents out of Cincinnati,
top rank in their company.
And I want to bring them on with no further ado, straight live from Cincinnati, Ohio. Icon agents, Phil and Melissa. What's up, guys?
Hey, guys.
What's going on?
Huh?
Welcome to this crazy podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us on.
Where we all get to confess all our crazy sins.
Look at our two beautiful wives. We outkicked our coverage, didn't we?
Bro, are you kidding me? I ask her all the time, really? This? Really? Right? Why? Why do you like me?
I love you. And I like
you.
you.
Guys are great.
There's sometimes that I don't like things that you do, but I still love you.
Oh, well.
I hear you on that one, Ash.
Hey.
Me and Phil are both pretty crazy guys a little bit. We both have that like real competitive background. And like, I know y'all are like the two sweethearts that maintain the crazy dudes.
Well, that's about right.
Well, let's start off from the beginning of real estate. So y'all just give us a little bit of a snapshot of your background in real estate, how long you've been in the business, who got in first, and how many years you've been in it. Go ahead. Take it away.
Go ahead.
So, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
So we took our classes at the same time in 2009, right? Yep. And you finished a little bit before me.
Sure did.
Yeah. So he finished, but we tested on the same day.
Yep.
We got the same score. So that was a good thing.
Wow.
Cheated off of it.
Yeah, right. We're competitive with each other. So that was a good thing. So since 2009, but I actually started working in real estate for a year before he did.
Yep.
Okay. And what did you do at that time?
Well, I was working at Delta Airlines.
Delta
Airlines about that time, about 25 years.
Wow.
I started out of high school as a part-time job as I played college basketball. They made it so I can, still work and stay with the company, moved to California.
Yeah.
So I had a pretty interesting life.
That's cool. So Delta, what was that transition like for you, coming from someone for 25 years?
25 years at Delta, now in real estate.
When you first got your license, did y'all immediately work together? Were y'all working separately?
Well, I'll tell you, when I went through school first, I liked it. I mean, I was always intrigued with real estate. And actually, my mom was the one that kind of pushed me, to try to do real estate. And I'm like, no, I'm not really into it. But I got hurt at work, and that gave me time to go to school.
Wow.
And I finished it, and I said, hon, I think you're going to love this. So she went in and took her classes and everything, and we just jumped right on in.
Yeah, we did. But so, since he was hurt, he couldn't start right away.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and started. And then when you came in, I mean, there was kind of a learning curve because he had always worked for someone else, I think.
Yeah.
And so
I didn't know business other than, like how she started out owning her own businesses.
Yeah.
Life.
Right.
She had her own clothing line. She had her own skincare line, all of that. And, I come in, I clock in, I clock out with Delta. So I didn't know how to establish a business. And she really was the brain on that.
Well, no, I think it just took some time. It took some time for him to realize when you own your own business, especially if you're in real estate, you guys know this, you don't clock out. You really don't.
You really don't clock out.
No.
Even when you're on vacation, you're not clocking out. I mean, you can have coverage, but it doesn't mean you got to be involved. So
it took me a while. It took me a while, kind of.
with y'all's relationship, did that cause any challenges? And if so, how did you handle it? So we can help other people see, like, if this comes up, here's what we did and here's how we got past it and it worked.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the beginning, just working together or not, whether you're used to owning your own business or not, when you are doing a business together, there's definitely, like, you have to give each other some space.
Yeah.
You have to
yeah.
find out, like,
There's
what
a
are you
learning
good at?
curve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think with real estate, we're really lucky, like all of us, because you get space. You've got your clients go show houses. We're not sitting in a cubicle together all day long. There's that distance that you can create.
Yeah.
So I think that's really helped a lot, for sure.
Is he like it feels a pretty intense guy, kind of like me. We're both like fiery, right?
Yes.
Is that hard? I know it's hard for her. And I'm going to tell you, like, I get so wound up about things, which is sometimes really not good.
So he's very emotional.
I'm emotional.
We actually
well,
I'm not going to say anything other than just say, like, sometimes I have to think about how to say something so for him to understand it. And so I'll say a lot of times is we need solutions, not emotions.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's really important because, I mean, real estate is emotional. I mean, you're dealing with people's livelihoods. They're a home that they can't really afford. They're borrowing a ton of money, and it's scary sometimes, and it can be nerve wracking. And so that's something I said quite a bit is we need solutions right now, not emotions.
Yeah.
Well, how do y'all deal with that together?
To us, we had to figure out our strong points and our weak points, and then what was strong for her, we allowed her to handle those things, and then things that she didn't like to do, I took care of that. So we played off of each other's strong points and weak points.
Yeah, but there's like a power play sometimes, that I think you get. So you want to make sure that you're, like, I don't want to say like a passive aggressive type thing, but if you're in business together and I ask you, did you do this paperwork? When you're dealing with someone else, you don't want to snap back. Why do you want to know? Don't you think I can do my job? You know what I mean? So I think you have to kind of work through and understand that there is no power play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a matter of finding that balance and realizing
put your ego aside.
Yeah, put your ego aside.
Yep.
There's no one's trying to check the other one. You're just trying to make
you want to make sure everything works fine. And sometimes, depending on your mood that day, it could be a little bit testy.
It's kind of that solutions, not emotions type thing, right?
Yeah.
So we're just making sure everything's done and we're not trying to check the other one. So
But
those big emotions also make them love us that big too. So big emotions are good for a lot of things also.
I'm the laid back one, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, see, actually he's the laid back one. I'm the high strung.
Yeah, she's wound tight like an 8-day clock.
When now, Melissa, your background, you were a model at a point. Like, how did you get from, were you like walking runways and going all, going blue steel?
Yeah. So
I'm a Tom Brady.
No, I was, so I traveled to New York and Chicago for years. I was a fashion model there for like almost 20 years.
Wow.
I had, at the same time, while I was doing that, I owned a clothing store and a skincare, online business and stuff. So I've come from a family that's always owned their businesses, and my parents worked together. So they owned a furniture store and, did that my whole life. So I had seen how parents, or how two people can get along. And the whole reason why we got into this was after we had Grayson, I didn't want to travel anymore. And we sold the business and wanted to have a career here where we could take turns taking care of him. And you guys know Grayson. Everybody knows.
I love me some Grayson.
He is a wonderful kid.
Grayson is a natural born realtor.
Yeah.
And how old is he right now? Is he 15?
14.
14.
He's opened the door since he was tall enough to put the key in and unlock it.
Yeah. Open houses with us.
Everything.
But I mean, so that's really why we got into real estate. We knew it was a career that we could do together and be able to take turns and watch him and take him with us if we had to. And
that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to create your own schedule in a sense, right? I mean, our clients obviously dictate when we're going to show houses or write contracts or anything like that, but you can kind of navigate, around that some.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, you've actually, it's interesting talking about being, the podcast is married to a realtor, but you guys really included Grayson. I mean, y'all, I've been to so many meetings where he's there and he's soaking it in. Like, I'm like, he's like going, well, what if you did, like, he's like part of the deal. I'm like, Grayson, what do you think, bro? Like, seriously, like,
he's teaching some of the realtor stuff here in the
does.
office.
He does some marketing for agents in our office. I mean, he's just, they all know him. And Grayson, can you help me do this? And can you help me do that? So yeah, he's a good kid.
He's
So what do
going
you
to take
think
care of us when we're old.
But see, that's the thing. That's the beauty of, and here I'm going to put a little plug in here for EXP. Grayson realizes that what we're building is a legacy for him, and he will be involved in it in the future. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the whole purpose, and that's what's so amazing about.
But he's going to college, though.
He's going to college, absolutely. But he, we're building this for him, so he'll be involved in it for sure.
Awesome.
Just like your son.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And now Macy's getting her license, so it's definitely a family business, and that's really cool when you can be a part of something and include other people in your family, and that's always been a big part of what we're doing. Where do you guys see this market? I mean, like, are you guys, I know y'all are slammed, you're icon agents.
This is not a married to a realtor talk. That's not a married to a realtor question.
We're not allowed to talk real
Let's talk business.
No,
Let's talk business.
This is about our relationship, their relationship, helping other couples with their relationship, not the market.
Oh God.
That's another
Okay,
podcast.
see, this is why, I mean, I gotta have this
I
girl
have to keep him on track.
reining it all in.
And I will say he's very good.
I know the feeling.
Like, he's very good with that. So that is another thing for couples. Like he knows that about himself. He gets off topic, and he's okay with me bringing him back on topic.
Like, just tell me to shut up. Shut up, Jay.
He doesn't end it or
I
anything.
talk forever to people, and she is always like, come on, let's wrap it up. I'm like, I'm just now getting to know them.
Gotta go.
Yeah. So sometimes off screen, I'll be doing this, and nobody knows I'm doing that. I'm trying to get him to wrap it up.
So I am just like that. I'm
Yep.
like, okay, let's go.
So who shows houses and who goes to listings, and what are the how do y'all decide who's going to do what in a day?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think what we do is I show houses to people that we don't know.
Okay.
And she really takes care of the listings. I do kind of go with her on both just to get that second point of view of the home. But for the most part, we kind of keep things separate as much as we can. That way we're not overdoing each other, one or the other. And, I take most of the load, that way she can stay home.
Yeah, you believe that?
Yeah.
No, he does though. He always does the initial visit. If it's someone we don't know, just for safety reasons, then he meets with them. I typically handle the listings, and you mostly handle the buyers, unless it's someone that he can't.
I love working with buyers.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. Plus, that gives us a little bit of separation. I do think that's really important for anybody who is thinking about getting into real estate or any kind of career, but we're talking about real estate. So you want to have some separation. You don't want to be together 24/7, working and then home.
Yeah. Got to get him out a little bit. Get out of the house.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's right.
she gets to see this all the time.
Woo!
I'm sure that's why she needs a separation.
It's funny because you bring up the safety thing. So the other day I went to look at another property in Puerto Rico, investor. I'm looking to, buy different things. And the agent that had the property, it's really different down here in Puerto Rico, by the way. Like the whole, it's so different than US real estate. Like that's a whole nother, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
Like it's like not going to that. But my point is I did speak to the realtor, and it was a young lady, and I sent her my license and said, this is me, this is, and I'm always very, try to be respectful of people, especially women in real estate. to meet some strange guy at a house, right? So, is that why you do the first initial, Phil?
I think so.
I've had a couple of issues in the past that were a little
Okay.
scary.
A little sketchy.
Yeah. So he's taken over from that point on. I mean, I think women really need to take that seriously.
Yeah,
and
take their husbands with them, even if
or
they're not
team
in
up
real
with
estate.
somebody. If you have two people on your initial point of
Yeah.
contact, if you're not meeting them in the office, and that's what we tell everybody here in our
Yeah.
office, definitely double up with somebody. Doesn't have to be a male, it just needs to be somebody.
Yeah, and this agent brought her mother with her too. It was great. But you got to be safe. Safety is critical in this industry, and I'm glad y'all are doing that.
Yeah.
So what's the number one thing you guys are excited about in real estate? Like what is it that you're seeing that is together that y'all are like, we're just loving doing this together?
We just love real estate.
Yeah, but we love right now, like pouring into other people in our office. That's like,
Yep.
Yeah,
been
I think
amazing.
that's been
Yeah.
a lot of fun here.
yeah.
I mean, we haven't even been in our office a year, and we're just seeing it grow.
And grow,
And
and then being
grow,
able
and-
to pour into these new agents and seeing like, just being able to, I don't know, it's just, it's really rewarding for sure.
Make new connections in real estate.
Yeah.
I
And
think
different people with different like walks of life, from someone who's 23 who just got their real estate license to someone who's an empty nester that wants to do this on the side. And I mean, we have that whole gamut, and it's just
Yes, you do.
awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are great with people. I mean, we had a chance to come to y'all's new office there in Cincinnati, and everybody was just having such a blast.
Yeah.
And it was such a fun environment. I think that's who you guys are, because as we've gotten to know y'all are just fun, cool people, right?
And
Thank you.
to speak to the idea of fun, because I think part of what makes our relationship so great and strong is that we do have a lot of fun, and we choose to have a lot of fun. So speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in this industry, okay, we can speak about this industry. It's a very dog-eat-dog business.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of egos, and anyone that's ever done a deal with us, and I would be confident saying that anybody that's ever done a deal with us should be able to say they had a good experience. And so being able to train and just have a culture of, I mean, our entire office, we have like 30 some agents, they all help each other.
Yeah.
We are all in it. If somebody's got an issue, I don't care what time of day or night it is, we help each other. But we also have a lot of fun here. We wanted to bring people together. I mean, after the past year and a half, we just knew we wanted some things to do and to be able to spend time together. And we've just made that
I have to have fun. I'm sorry. I mean, life's too short. If you don't if you're not having fun, then you're in the wrong business. That's the way I look at it.
Because it's a stressful job, right? So you want to make sure that you can fit in these pockets of fun and be supportive and just a great environment for people.
What do y'all do outside of real estate that strengthens your relationship? So like when you're not talking business, because sometimes we can get, I'm like, I'm not your business partner. I need to like have a normal conversation. That's not.
She's like, stop talking business.
So the things that y'all do like specifically to like unwind from business together.
Yeah, I mean, we like to go. We like to travel a decent amount. We're looking at getting a second home right now down south somewhere warm, but we spend time with Grayson. We've been biking a lot here lately.
We go out,
swimming.
have dinner.
Yeah, I mean, just sports. We love sports, so we'll go to the sports games, and he's a Bengals fan. So.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The games, no matter what. Remember, you guys came to the Reds games.
Yeah, that was so much.
So much fun.
We had great seats too. That was so much fun.
That was so fun.
We want to spend as much time with Grayson while he still wants to spend time with us as we can. So like this weekend, it was back to back. We're on bike paths and we're going to festivals and just, you know what I mean? I mean, he's 14. He's at that age where that can change at any given moment. So we really try to make it a combined.
That is so awesome.
You guys are great parents. And, one thing, I mean, we've talked about this before. Melissa, you're just such you do not like drama. You like, you're like no drama. And you're just you guys have a big heart. And that's what I think. That's why y'all are so in love, I think you treat each other that way.
Yeah.
But you work hard. I mean, y'all are working hard.
Yeah. No, we do. I mean, we work a lot, but we make sure to take that time to enjoy each other and enjoy the family too. But like I said, right now we're really trying to put as much time with Grayson as we can while he's still young, and he wants to.
Yeah. Hey, I did see one of your idols a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Clint Black played here in Mason.
I would have loved to have. Y'all went?
Yeah, well, it was right here. It was like a free concert in downtown.
Are you kidding?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's, I'm going to be honest. I did not know a Clint Black song, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this, but it was great because I like modern country. I mean, I've recently gotten into it, but so I was afraid it was kind of going to be twangy or I don't know, but it was awesome. It was good. He was great.
Now is he still married to that? The other lady?
I think so. What? I Googled him afterwards. I'm like,
we can look up Married to a Country Star podcast.
No, she's married to an actress.
Lisa Hartman.
Yeah. Is she a singer too?
I don't know if she's a singer or not. She might be.
Yeah, I think she got into country music.
Like a little bit. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, we would have loved that. I mean, I love all the old school fun.
Love going to concerts. That's one thing we do.
Yeah,
we go to see a lot of music because we love music. So.
Yeah.
We love live music too.
Yeah.
So what else do you want to tell people out there that are on this married to a realtor thing? And you got to understand, there's a lot of people out there that might be not a realtor, like maybe Ashley is a realtor, but if she wasn't, it's still hard to be married to one, even if it might be, a husband and the wife's a realtor. What advice would you give to the spouse that's not a realtor to understand the mechanics of maybe what they're going through, and sometimes it's hard? Or what would you like to say to those people?
I think you have to be supportive.
Yep.
I mean, I think that's the biggest thing.
And
be
patient.
Supportive and patient, and know that there's a lot of ups and downs, and just the support that you need from, like, I need it still.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Does need it.
But I think it's easier for us because we're both in this field, So if one is not in the field and the other one is, I think they do need to be patient and realize that, gosh, you really can't plan too far in advance, right?
Yeah.
So
being adaptable, you have to be okay being adaptable because it can change very quickly. And sometimes even I don't like that. I'm like, no, that's not what we said we're doing.
I mean, even we don't like it sometimes, right? You try to plan something a week out and it's like, gosh, it could change. It's always such
and they lose an offer and you think it's going to happen. And then they're like, no, we got to find a house. And that weekend we got to meet you, and that's, the thing I feel always obliged that the client thinks enough of me to give me an opportunity because it's how I feed my family. Right. And so I never feel like for some reason there's this, and y'all might be differently than us, but I always do feel like I am a doctor on call, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. People are like, I'm so sorry to text you at 8:30 at night. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Text me at 9:30. Like,
things get done.
How do you feel about that? Like,
same way. I mean, I feel so blessed to have our job, and everybody has a story, right? Some people are selling a house for a reason. Sometimes it's a really sad, gut-wrenching story. Somebody's passed away, or it's exciting and they're moving for another job, or a divorce situation. I mean, you just never know.
Yeah.
And I always feel so honored that people choose us to represent them for such a big
deal.
Transaction.
That you have to just be available 24/7. So I get it.
And I can tell you this, as far as like the support that you need, if you're the husband and you're not the realtor, I mean, your wife could be gone all day long and you're home on the weekend with your kids, having to take care of them. I mean, that's the support that you might have to have, for a realtor.
Yep.
That's a great point. I'm so glad you brought that up because we always say, even if the spouse is not in real estate, you're both in real estate to make it happen. If you're married, you're both in real estate to make it happen. Yeah.
No.
So you've got to be prepared for the unexpected.
Sure.
And that is hard for a lot of people. It's hard when you have something planned and you got a $700,000 buyer, and look, they're just trying to get into the house, right? And maybe a deal falls apart, and you know that you thought, hey, I thought we found him a house this weekend, but then something happens and they're back out on the trail, and you might have plans, and you got to figure out a way to service the client. Even if somebody, you got to have some help, or somebody else might have to show a couple of houses. But I've always felt like it's just always a moving target.
I'll give an actual practical tip that will help. So we have Find My iPhone. And so like if Jay's out and about working, instead of me like trying to call him and I can't get him to know, are you going to be home at this time to eat or whatever it is, I can just track him, and then I don't have to worry. And I'm just like,
tracking device.
I'm like, no, he won't be here in time.
We have the
same kind of thing. It's a 3.
Yeah. And then I don't have to stress out and be like mad. Like he said he was here at 6, and I can just be like, oh, that's where he is. It's fine.
Yeah.
Chop, chop.
So let's go to one more topic, and this is not real estate related, just marriage related. So I'll be the first one to start, and then we'll all share just some marriage advice, like something that is either
I'll keep my mouth shut.
help you or a thought, just anything. So I'll start, and then y'all can kind of see, what I'm kind of thinking about. So for me, I always tell people you have to love each other like crazy, like over the top, be in love like crazy. And you choose to be that. Like I am in love with this man. And this is going to sound so weird because I didn't even watch the show growing up, but it was Little House on the Prairie. There was one episode, and I was really a tomboy, so I kind of thought it was girly, that show, for some reason. I don't know. So I was like, I don't watch Little House.
I have no idea what she's about to say.
Okay, but there was one episode that I watched that, I was a kid when I saw this, and I will never forget it. The mom and dad, the dad did something, and the mom got over it really quickly. And I think one of the daughters was really upset and kind of mad that she got over it so quickly. And she said, why would I waste time when I know I'm going to forgive him anyway?
Wow.
Yeah.
And that has held with me to this day. And so whenever he screws up, because I screw up too, and I appreciate the same forgiveness, I can very quickly say, you know what, I love him anyway. So it's just gonna cause problems for me to,
don't hold it back, hold it in, and let that.
For that.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's my one tip for advice.
All right, what do you got? What do y'all got?
I think, especially if you're in business together, just pick your battles. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, is it worth an argument? We have the same goal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You have the same goal. This is the person I love. It's who I want to spend, all my days with. So why would I argue over something silly? I think it's just, honestly, just picking
You pick your battles.
Yeah, right. Is it worth an argument, or do I need to really listen to what he's saying? You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say.
How do you go about doing that though? Like, do you
always just
I just say yes on it. Yes, dear.
He is.
He's
very laid back. Like I said, I'm the one that's the hothead, and I guess I'm more like you in that way, Jay, to where he's the voice of reason. He'll be the one that calms me down.
No. To be honest with you, you have to get to know your spouse in every way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, it's important that everything that you do, you go to bed kissing her.
Oh.
You don't go to bed mad.
Angry. Yeah. That is his big thing. He does not like to go to bed mad. No.
Yeah. And then next day, tomorrow's a new day, and we just,
start again. Yeah.
And I just say, yes, dear.
Exactly. And
that's great advice.
That is great advice. And
angry.
No.
No
reason.
Don't let the sun go down on your anger.
No, I know. And I think it is important, just that connection. And I believe the other thing is we're always changing as people. Every one of us, you're not the same person you were a year ago. I'm not the same. Phil's not the same. We're always changing. But being adaptable to different stages in life, seriously, whenever I people that have a lot of young kids, like that's a tough time for everybody because it's stressful. And you know, maybe you married her when she was like, oh yeah, we're going to the parties, whatever. And then all of a sudden she's got 3 kids dragging off her, you know, legs. And then she's trying to go show houses. That's not the same person.
No.
Because, and you have to find a way to understand what she's going through or he's going through and love that person for that as we're all changing a little bit.
And I think a good like practical thing on that is ask. Like Phil, I love when you said you have to get to know your spouse.
That's huge.
Like ask. I think a lot of people just don't ask, you know, like ask. Like, well, why are you feeling that way? You know, are you stressed out right now? What's going on? Like ask questions and figure it out. Yeah.
Right. Just
well, guys, you guys are amazing. We love you guys. And I'm so blessed that y'all were willing to come on this podcast.
Sharing your hearts with us and with everybody else that is watching this. I know it's going to help a lot of people.
I need a beer.
So Ashley, do you want to tell them our thing? So have y'all heard this yet?
All do this.
Have you heard about this?
Get yours. Everybody do the heart.
The heart.
Okay. And then on the count of 3, you both have to kiss and we kiss at the same time. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Mwah. Wow, that's a long time.
Wow, y'all went in for the. Wait a minute, get a room, man.
All right, bye everybody.
We love you guys.
I love you
See
guys.
ya, love you.
Phil Rice, Melissa Orange, Cincinnati, Ohio, Icon Agents. You guys are the best. Keep loving each other like you do and inspiring so many others.
Spread that love.
Yep.
Thanks,
Yep.
guys.
See y'all.
Take care.
Bye, guys.